All right, some more celebrity energy reading here with Lady Antebellum. This is Rion with Sex Energy Secrets. Subscribe to this channel, check out our other videos. Okay, so here we have Charles Kelley, Hillary, Scott, and Dave Haywood. And one thing I noticed about them several years ago when I first saw them is that the men really have balanced energy. And what's interesting about that is if you look at like our today's rock stars and Hollywood stars, Jared Leto, of course, being a great example, is we see more of this balanced energy where today's men are more in their feminine. So we're seeing this as you compare to, now there are some men like Joe Manganiello has more of this masculine quality, and we actually see that in his chakras where you feel the weight, like he's grounded. It actually gives more the appearance of, you know, the stars, the men of yesteryear, where the men were quote unquote more like men. And today's stars and so forth, you know, Vince Vaughn, Justin Timberlake, the Lady Antebellum guys, Jared Leto, we have more of this balanced energy where we actually have more of the feminine. So it gives the impression like we actually kind of look younger than we are by having more of this feminine energy in our upper body. And there's men who are younger than me and these guys, because I have pretty balanced energy. However, it's very dynamic, and with performance Qigong, I can actually really ground myself and look several years older and GQ, male, man, masculine kind of a thing, just by working with the energy, because I have that openness and dynamic range to be that in presence, because I've been working on embodiment for years. But anyways, we can reference this and see that there's men who are years younger who look much older. And you could reference, for example, like the average Turkish or Italian man is more that manly, masculine quality, because even if they're younger, they actually look older and you can't tell what their age is because they're more grounded to the masculine in their chakras. So these guys, and Justin Timberlake and so forth, have more of kind of a boyish quality, where it's not that we're not men, it's we're at an age in history where society and everything that's going on has switched the polarities, and now, I mean, we're evolving spiritually and consciously, so we have more feminine energy in our upper chakras than we used to. So a lot of interesting things, we could just go on and on with that stuff. So back to Lady Antebellum anyways, what stood out to me years ago is the two men here, they really have balanced energy. So you're seeing a lot of feminine energy in their upper chakras. And that's not a bad thing at all. And I have mixed energy just as my normal. It's very powerful and advanced, both in masculine and feminine, in the different chakras. And as you work on this stuff more, if you have a reason to, especially if you're a professional performer, it'll give you more of a dynamic range, which is, you know, so relevant in everything for actors and actresses. But for performers, you can actually choose to reinvent yourself and actually have an entirely new energy profile for your next album, that kind of a thing. So with these men, it was very clear that stood out to me as they have more of this feminine quality, and it's not a bad thing. But there's all the dynamics that, you know, I brought up that go with it, and it's just like where we're at in history, and there's many advantages to having that in the different chakras, which we're not even going into right now. So as far as Hillary Scott, she's got a balance of masculine and feminine energy too, and this is normal. We've lost touch with more of the traditional, if you look like, you know, Italy and Turkey and in some cases Japan, the dynamic where it's more polar, where the men are quote unquote men, masculine, the women are like more feminine, there's more of that separation. Well, now in Western culture, the energies, the polarities have mixed in so many ways in our evolution at this point. So one thing they can improve upon, and it wouldn't even be improving, it would just be a different experience, is that they could ground themselves to have more of that masculine quality. They could actually attune their chakras and raise up earth energy to weigh them down to earth in their upper chakras all the way down. And this is stuff that we do with performance qigong. And it's a new methodology I'm establishing for performers and people who value working on presence and charisma more than just health and vitality. So that's all for now. Sex Energy Secrets. I'm not even, I'm not into every single band. I don't even know what their music sounds like, to be honest. I think they're country musicians. I haven't been in the country too much. But we'll just leave that at that for now. Subscribe to this channel, check out our other videos. This is Ryan Freeberg. I'm out.